Well, hello, good morning and welcome back to my channel and welcome to the first video from Malaysia. This behind me is the Malaysia-Thai border. I've just crossed over from a town called Padang Besar. In fact, on the Malaysian side it's also called Padang Besar, so it's not too confusing. Just come down from the big city of Hat Yai. And in this video today I'm going to be exploring this state, the furthest northern state in Malaysia called Perlis. And as I say, this is the first video from Malaysia, and you can see more of Malaysia in my playlist in the top right of your screen now. But yeah, as I say, just crossed over. Really looking forward to exploring Malaysia, as it's been rather busy here. As it's been 16 years since I was last here exploring, and I only visited places such as Kayang, Penang and Malacca. This time I'm going to be going down, if I show you a map of where I am, I'm on the western side of the country, so I'm going to be exploring the western side first, with places such as Langkawi and Ipoh, and going up into the Cameron Highlands, and then down to KL and JB at the bottom, which overlooks Singapore, and then coming back up the eastern side of Malaysia and then back into Thailand again. That's the plan. So in this episode I'm going to be exploring some caves and I believe a waterfall, and then head to my overnight stop in the state's capital called Kangar. And then we'll be making our way tomorrow to the town of Kuala Perlis, which is where I catch a ferry over to Langkawi. So without further ado, let's get on the bike and start exploring Malaysia. Okay, so our first stop in Perlis. This is Kelam Cave, I think that's how you pronounce it. I'll put the name of the cave up on the screen. And it means dark cave, and it was I think discovered back in 1935 by an Englishman who saw the potential of this cave because the waters could actually be used to transport, I think it's iron ore, so it proved quite valuable because there was a mine nearby, so they just easily transported the ore from the mine. Got some monkeys here. So we're just about to go into the cave here. We've got this walkway. I think I read that you can walk about 300 meters or so inside here. And those shapes hanging to the inside of the cave here are bats, and they're all asleep, of course, because it's only about midday, 1 o'clock. It's like a disco in this cave. Changing the colours of the lights. Oh, really smells of batiguano. And then after you've walked through the cave, we have this sort of water garden. It's got a place called Secret Garden, and other places all in Malay which I don't understand. There's nobody here. Let me just walk down here a bit. It's really quiet. So just downstream from the caves we've got this lovely Chinese temple, and as always I'll put the locations of all the destinations, all the places that I visit in this video down below in the description. I hate to say this, but I think the weather's closing in. There's some black clouds coming over. It's really got up now. I think there's a little cave behind here, so we'll just take a look, see where these steps lead to. Yeah, there's some caves here at the back of the temple. So about 5 kilometers north of the Chinese temple where we just were is this beautiful viewpoint. I think it's called Wang Kelian or Kelian. And the road that you just turn off of, that continues to another border crossing into Thailand. I think it goes to Saton. Yeah, and Thailand's only 4.3 kilometres up the road. Meanwhile, the UK is over 10,000 kilometres away. But you can see it's the weather's not brilliant over there. In fact, I can hear some rumbles of thunder. That's where I'm going. Over there. You can see over there. Just over there to the, I'll indicate it on the screen if you can't see it, but that's a big lake, a big reservoir there. That's our next stop. And then the town of Kangar is just south of there. And I think these hills here is where we've just come from the cave and the Chinese temple, up this road. That's where we just come up. At the moment, this is probably the best place to be. It does look like it's moving away from the reservoir and the hills in the distance, so hopefully by the time I get down there it would have stopped raining. So we've reached a big reservoir in Perlis State, and as you can see the weather's changed, unfortunately. It's just a light drizzle at the moment. Yeah, the rain's a bit more persistent now. It's a real shame. And we've got a viewing platform here. Okay, so it's stopped raining now, he says. And I'm going to make my way to another hill which is on the other side of the lake over there. Hopefully before... oh, it's starting to rain again. But that's called Bukit Ayer. So hopefully I can get over there without getting too wet. Right then, next place. This is called Bukit Ayer, and it's some kind of eco swimming park kind of place. Not entirely sure, but we'll have a look. And it seems to me that I'm the only person visiting this at the moment. I'm not too sure why. It is Ramadan at the moment, so maybe that's a reason why. But we'll take a look around. So here we've got a little waterfall, and despite the rain earlier, there's only a trickle coming down it. But I've seen pictures and video of this place with lots of people here, all swimming in these pools. But there's nobody here at all, apart from a couple of members of staff. Well, the path goes along here. I'm not going to go any further. But this is it. Guess when the weather's better, they'll be really busy here. Okay, so I've now reached the capital of Perlis. This is Kangar, and it's existed here since about the 17th century, when it was known as Kota, and I think it was created by, I think, the 14th Sultan of Perlis. If I'm wrong, I'll put it up on the screen which one it was. But there's not a great deal to see here at all. There's a mosque, the main town's mosque, and a few old shop houses just down the road here. Plus the Perlis river runs through town, so I'll see what that looks like and show that to you as well. And this is what you'll see quite a lot of in Malaysia, with these old shop houses, Chinese shop houses. They put these passageways here to protect you from the sun as well as protect you from the rain. So good morning from Perlis in the far north of Peninsular Malaysia, and it's not raining. In fact, the sun is trying to come out, and we're on our way to the port town of Kuala Perlis, which is only about 4 or 5 kilometres down the road from where I currently am. And this is, I think it's a reconstruction of a palace. This is called the Kota Kayang or Kayang Museum, and it was once the site of the Kangar and Perlis royal family that ruled the area here. And what I'll do is I'll explain some of the history of the family and what happened here as we're walking around. Established in an area that was once the site of a palace where the royal Kangar Perlis family resided, at the end of the 19th century, Said Salim constructed a residence for himself and his family to stay until 1909, when the Anglo-Siamese Treaty was signed. Afterwards, the building became the residence for British Malay government officers. During World War II, it was taken over by the Imperial Japanese Army, and between 1943 to 1945, the Royal Thai Armed Forces took it over. After the independence of Malaya in 1957, it became the official residence of the Perlis Chief Minister. In 1991, the building was demolished to make way for the museum. So it looks like the site for the palace that once stood here was really well chosen, because it's surrounded on 3 sides by these karst hills here, very rocky outcrops. So it had some kind of natural protection, I guess, from invasions and the elements. Right then, so we're in the the port town of Kuala Perlis. This is Perlis's second largest town, a main port where you can get ferries to Langkawi. And I've just double checked that I'm on the ferry later. Did all the paperwork. And where we are right now, you can see this amazing bridge here, and it's very colourful. And I'll tell you why it's very colourful. Is that during COVID, the Crown Prince of Perlis, he suggested to the local people in this fishing village here, which I'll put the name up on the screen, I think it's called Kampung, Warna, Warni. He suggested to the villagers to paint their houses bright, vivid colours to attract more visitors, because obviously during COVID times there wasn't many people travelling around. So this is quite a recent thing, and I'll show you some of the colourful houses on the other side of the river here. as we cross over the bridge, but it's a very high bridge. Let's cross over. Wow, what a view! You can hear me over the noisy boat that's just coming through. This is beautiful. There it is. That's very loud. I think this is the Perlis River where it goes out into the sea. And you can see all the hills that we passed on the way down from Kangar earlier this morning. Amazing place. All these fishing boats. And then this is the other side. This is looking out over the port area and where the ferries dock, and you can see where the river flows into the sea here. Absolutely amazing sight. And then this is the bridge. So we're on this flat section right over the water. Incredible. You see all these houses right by the river here, all on stilts. Very muddy, so I guess the tide's out at the moment, so when it comes back in again they've got water right below them. And here we got these mud skippers. They're fish that live on land, as well as the sea, obviously, as well as rivers. Incredible evolution. And they're quite big. These are, ooh, and there's crabs there as well. I guess they're around 6 to 8 inches long, so they're quite big. I've got these cats here. Hello. I think this is a beaver or an otter. Not entirely sure. Yeah, otter. There it is. Okay, so here we are at what's called the floating mosque, and you can see why, because when the sea's in, it's right underneath the building here. Okay, so I'm about to get on the ferry to Langkawi. If you want to watch videos from there, you can do in the top right of your screen now. And this is where I'm going to say goodbye for this video. And if you liked it, then give me a like down below. Why not comment as well? And why not subscribe to my channel? And I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.